Hello again, chaps and chapettes. How are we all doing? It is lovely to see you all again, as always. To kick things off today, guys, I'd like to cast your minds back to your schooling days. It could be secondary school, primary school, it doesn't really matter, either or. And you were a bit of a naughty boy or a bit of a naughty girl in school. You, I don't know, for example, had a bit of a scrap with one of your classmates. You pushed someone over during a game of five-a-side in the playground. You threw a conker at someone's head as a bit of a prank or a bit of a joke. How would you expect something like that, something menial, to be dealt with in your school? 9 times out of 10, generally, you'd expect a teacher to approach you, give you a bit of a rollicking, ask you to apologise to the other person, and then shake hands and go your separate ways. End of story, done, dusted. But, according to an article in the Telegraph, the police, the actual police force, are looking to adopt such resolutions with hardened criminals. It says in this said article here, guys, in the Telegraph, police are increasingly letting knife and sex offenders escape prosecution if they say sorry.
What? Oh, sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. Don't hurt me. Sorry.
The Telegraph can reveal more than 147,000 people accused of offences including sex crimes, violence and weapon possessions were given community resolutions in the year to March instead of being prosecuted. Such resolutions do not result in a criminal record. Police guidance says community resolutions should be restricted to low-level crimes, with offenders required to apologise to the victim, accept responsibility for their crime and offer some form of recompense. It's like they're talking to a child, a very, very young child, for, I don't know, egging his neighbour's shed, something I got into trouble for when I was younger. I got a rollicking off my parents. I got marched to the said neighbour's house. I was forced to apologise and forced to clean his shed. These are not kids. These are hardened criminals. These are sex offenders. These are people that are walking around with Bowie knives and machetes. These are dangerous people. This is unbelievable, guys. But the resolutions which are issued at the discretion of individual officers have increased by 40% since 2019, when 102,574 people, 74 were recorded, and are now nearly twice as likely as the criminal charge, according to an analysis of Ministry of Justice data. The surge comes amid the deepening crisis in the criminal justice system. Prisons are so full that the government is releasing thousands of criminals early next month in the wake of the riots. Social media posts. While police have raised concerns that any worsening of jail overcrowding could limit their ability to make arrests. Now, is it any wonder, let me ask you, is it any wonder that people now are running amok in this country and committing crime willy-nilly? It's because they know 9 times out of 10, deep down inside, they will get away with it. Take shoplifting for a prime example. Shoplifting in this country recently, over the last few years, has seen a massive explosion in popularity. There are so many incidents of shoplifting now, it is unbelievable. But no, why did they do it, I hear you ask? Well, it's quite easy. If you are, this is coming from the police standards, the rule book or whatever. If you are found to be stealing under £100 of goods from a shop, you will only get a fine. And even that is not a foregone conclusion. Some people just get a slap on the wrist for stealing over £100 worth of stuff. They just get let off. The fines, nothing seems to be working within this country within regards to the police and the justice system, as I've as I've pointed out various times in past videos. Now, the way to remedy this, I suppose you could say, is the very structure of the police force needs to be stripped away, stripped down to its bare bones and rebuilt from the bottom up. Completely new rule book needs to be written. Forget the diversity hire, forget pandering to the LGBTQ mob, forget diversity hires and all that nonsense. Page number 1, rule number 1 should be uphold the law without fear or favour. Doesn't matter what colour you are. You could be white, brown, yellow, purple, indigo, whatever the fuck your colour you are, you will pay for your crimes the exact same as the person next to you. There's no oh, we can't do that, Sarge, because he's a minority, or we can't do that, Sarge, because he's gay, or we can't arrest this person because it will be detrimental to the LGBTQ community. We have got to stop recruiting police officers of this ilk, people directly out from university, these youngsters with the blue and purple hair who are pushing for these bells and whistles and loopholes that every police officer needs to jump through. I've heard many a podcast with ex-police officers who say it is absolutely tiring to do police work in this day and age. The amount of hoops you have to cut, you have to jump through, the amount of boxes you have to tick, the amount of rules and guidelines that you have to go by. It's just near on impossible to arrest anyone without fear or favour. That's what needs to happen. We cannot have a police force that requires you to say sorry if you sexually assault a woman in the street. It's nothing short of fucking disgusting. It's embarrassing and it's completely ludicrous. Stripped to the bare bones and rebuilt from the top up. And start recruiting police officers with working class backgrounds. Police officers who actually want to make the United Kingdom a better place to live, as opposed to how many boxes we can tick or how many guidelines we can shove in the already bursting at the seams rulebook. Sorry to go on, guys, but I find this absolutely ridiculous and I've no idea. I've no idea who the fuck comes up with this stuff. Well, yes I do, but I'm not going to go into it now because, yeah, I've been going on long enough. Anyway, please do let me know what you think in the comments, guys. This is absolute lunacy. And I'll see you in a bit. Cheers.